Good morning, Covington County. Good morning, surrounding areas. Good morning, Red Level, Strawn, Carolina. Who did I miss, Alan?
Florella, Wing.
Wing. And,
Yes.
you know, we've got a lot of people out there that sometimes look at us, and they're in a lot of different places. We thank you for looking at us. Got us a special guest this morning on Good News Covington County. It's a Friday, April the 6th edition, coming to you live from our studios. Well, by the time you see it, it won't be live. It'll be condensed and much more professional. Edited by our producer, director, ad salesman,
Cameraman.
whatever it takes, our omnibudsman. And we're glad to have him here. Good knows, Lord, we couldn't do the show without him. But we got our friend here, Alan Scofield, who's with the Andalusia Police Department to help us start off the day. And I'm sure Alan's got some other things that he'll need to do, but we want to start it off with them talking about a thing they've got coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Alan, welcome aboard, and
Thank you.
tell us about what y'all will be doing come rain or shine tomorrow.
Well, the weather's not supposed to be favorable tomorrow.
Right.
So we have our Relay for Life event. It's a car wash. It's $10 a car wash. Get your car washed by the police. And if you want to sit in your car, that's fine. You'll just roll you on through the assembly line and get you done. It's $10. And of course, we're going to have some other things going on. We'll have the popular child fingerprint kits.
Can you show that there? We'll get a photograph.
We'll get a picture of it
later.
But there's a place for your child's photo on the front, and you write their name on it. Inside, you got your information, the physical description information. There's dental record information that your dentist can fill out. There's a place for fingerprints. Now, this is the ink strip. It's real easy to do. We can help you do it. We can do it for you if you want to do it that way, and you put your fingerprints here. Now, the picture section on the front here, it says update annually, so every year you want to change a picture. Fingerprints don't change.
Correct.
Those will stay the same. So the ink strip comes with the kit, and we'll help you fill that out and take care of that. The dentist will have to do the dental part.
Right.
But you can get one of these. They're free, don't cost anything. We also have the Project Safekeeping, which is just a sheet of paper that's got have your name and address and your phone numbers and other contact information on it. And on these papers, you can list your property and valuables that you want to list. And we keep this on file at the police department for you.
Right.
In the unfortunate event that your home gets broken into,
Or if there's a fire.
or there's a fire.
Yeah.
And this is good also for insurance.
Right.
You know, if it's a fire, then it can be replaced. You got the description of the item, the serial number, and you might want to write down what you paid for it or something like that, if you remember that. And we keep all this on file at the police department. And we're also going to have sign up for a civilian firearm class. There'll be a date in May. I'm not sure if there's going to be 2 dates in May or 1, maybe 2. But we'll have 2 classes that are coming up, and those will be for male and female.
Right.
For firearm safety and how to handle your gun if you want to go buy a pistol or have a pistol and you're not comfortable with it. We can help you with that.
Well, that's great. I think that's a real service.
Yeah, and there's a limit on the classes to 20 per person.
Right, correct.
And
but
it's
you know, I think that's important that
It is.
that you share your skills
Yeah,
with the people
absolutely.
that need that. I think, you know, gun ownership is a heavy responsibility.
It
People
is.
don't realize that.
It is.
And I own guns and used to be a pretty active shooter, but we've always been very, very cautious and careful around guns.
Well, like most people, you're like most of us around this area. We've always been around guns all our lives.
Yeah, it's just
So we came up with it, so we're not afraid of it,
right.
and you know how to handle it.
And that was what I was going to say
Yeah.
next. Is there are a lot of people that may have grown up with it around them, but they've never used it. We started handling rifles, pistols, and shotguns
Probably before you were 10 years old.
before I was 6.
Yeah.
And we're comfortable with it, but my dad was a veteran and his buddies were veterans, and they'd been taught the right way to handle firearms and responsibility. And you know, the first thing that they taught me was that firearms are for killing people. Now, that's not always true,
No.
but that's what they had imbued in them in the military, and with that came the responsibility to be careful with what you did with firearms.
Right.
All y'all are doing is what Dad did.
Right.
Be careful.
Yeah.
This is the way to handle it. You don't
how to
want
handle
to. You don't want to be the guy that's got 3 fingers and 1 thumb because he was doing something and accidentally shot his
it.
finger
Right.
off.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a tremendous public service.
Yeah, but on the other side of that coin, you said the military, I guess you say indoctrinates you into, weapons are used to kill people.
Yeah,
Well, back then, in the old days, you didn't have a gun, you didn't eat.
that's right. That's right. Down here.
So you had to learn to use a weapon, or you didn't have anything to eat.
Well,
you had to hunt your food back then. So.
Yeah, well, and it's true. I remember my own family.
And some still do. So a lot of people still hunt, and
I
they
do.
fill the freezer up.
Yeah, but I remember my dad talking about when they were kids. Every one of those guys, and there were 6 of them, were excellent shots. You didn't want to go to a dove field and shoot with those guys because they'd embarrass you, even if you thought you were good. And he said, Mom would have enough money to buy 5 shotgun shells, and you better bring back 5 of whatever you were shooting at. But anyway, we've got to take a break here. I want to discuss a couple other things with Alan, and we'll do that in just a minute. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to Good News, Covington County. I'm Brother John. Behind the camera, we've got Cousin Jared, and today we've got our friend from the Andalusia Police Department, Alan Scofield. He's going to spend a few more minutes with us, and then he's going to get on back to work. But we're so glad to have him here. We've been talking about the fundraisers that you have for Relay for Life, and that's so much an understatement of what you guys do. Even the Relay for Life fundraiser, when you talk about the car wash, that's still an understatement because there are 3 other activities that you're promoting under that umbrella of the car wash.
Right. The child fingerprints, the inventory, and then the firearm safety class.
Right.
So that goes along with it.
And I think that's kind of almost an allegory to what you guys do in real life. I mean, you think of the Andalusia Police Department, you see the cars go by, and you see the police station, and when there's an event, we see you guys at it trying to make it safe, watch out for us.
Football games, things like that.
But you do so much more than that.
Sure.
And there's a couple of things that, if you can help us out, tell us maybe a little bit about what you maybe do and you can't do, and maybe the whys and that kind of stuff for a minute. I sure would appreciate it, and I think the audience would too.
I know we talked about off the air during the break that, as far as, like a lot of people will call the police department because they lock their keys in their car. Say
Correct.
they're at a shopping center somewhere and you lock your keys up. You don't have an extra key, don't have anybody that's got an extra key. You can call us, but the answer you're gonna get is that we don't unlock cars. Not in the city limits. It's an insurance liability question.
Right.
Because, the window seal around the outside of your glass will get torn up. So we no longer do what we call a lockout on your cars. So if you get locked out of your car in the parking lot at the grocery store or something like that, hope you have an extra key or somebody that can go get one for you, or you're gonna pay a service call for a locksmith to come get you in your vehicle.
Right.
That or break your glass and have to replace the window, which, has to be done sometimes.
Yeah.
Somebody leaves a child in a car or an animal in a car, and you're gonna have to break the glass out because you can't find the owner of the vehicle because they're somewhere in the store.
Right.
And we're outside in the parking lot, so sometimes we have to break the glass. We
Never
don't like to do that, but we will if we have to.
I bet it rarely happens on a cool day.
That doesn't happen very often except during the heat of the summer.
Right. See, I
It's
don't
really
know why
hot,
that.
90 plus degrees, and
Right.
somebody will take they take their dog with them everywhere, and they leave it in the car. Oh, I'll just be in there a few minutes, and then they're gone for 30 minutes. Dog is getting distressed. Temperature rises quickly in those cars when the windows are up. And somebody will see it in the parking lot, and they'll call us, and we'll come out there. Can't find the owner, there goes your window.
And people don't realize too that, and this has been done. You can bake a pizza in your car on a hot day.
Yeah. It gets, it's well over 100 degrees, 120.
Just something to think
Plus,
about.
so.
You folks make a lot of calls in the course of a week.
Yeah, we post our statistics on Facebook every Monday. I try to get them up there. Sometimes I have to get them up there on Tuesday, but most of the time it's Monday. But on an average week, we probably go anywhere from 110 to 120 calls a week on average, and that's calls for service. And that's pretty much everything. It varies, weekly, but and not all the calls involve a crime or a report or an incident of, something like that. Maybe just say, hey, can you come down here and look at this for me for a minute and see what you think.
Right.
Maybe somebody's encroached on your property line or something like that. And well, that's actually going to be a civil issue. That's
Right.
not a criminal matter. Things like that go. If it's a domestic violence case, or it's an auto accident, or somebody's burglarized a building or something like that, yeah, we'll take care of that.
Yeah.
We have some excellent investigators. They're busy all the time, around the clock. I mean, they could probably work 24 hours a day if they could stay awake, because there's plenty to do.
Well, I was going to say, I would think that, and that's why I'm interested in these statistics, because that service call that you make may generate 200 hours, man hours of work.
Yeah, one call can generate a lot of man hours.
And that's just not something we think of when we think about
No.
the police.
It's not as easy as calling the police department and it's instantly resolved.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that
And,
way.
I just think
Not
that's
all the time, anyway.
We've asked Alan to try to come in on a regular basis and share some of the information about the number of calls and those kind of things that they do with us, and that means share them with you
Sure.
as well, and just so you'll have a better feel for what these people are doing on the job, and they're not doing it for themselves, they're doing it for us. Thank you I thank every one of you guys for your service.
We appreciate it.
I think, I remember one time I got stopped in Florida by highway patrolman down there, and he wrote me a ticket, and I thanked him for it. He said, "Man, you're the only guy that's ever thanked me for a ticket." And I said, "Well, it's not because I think that you're wonderful and that got the ticket, but I think it's wonderful that you do what you're doing."
Yeah, you're doing your job.
And that, well, you're doing it for me, the guy that did it, and you're doing it for the people that need to be protected from some guy that's doing 85 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Now, people get all bent out of shape and they get mad because the police caught them speeding. You want to get mad at the officer. Hey, you were the one speeding.
Right.
You're the one breaking the law.
That's right.
So, yeah, you're going to get a ticket.
That's right.
Don't get mad at the police officer. You be mad at yourself.
That's right.
You caused the problem.
Well, Alan, we thank you so much
Yes,
for
sir.
being here. It's a great visit with you, always is. Thank you for being here with us today, and we're going to take a break and be back shortly.